Today I have for you a review of Doom Eternal, specifically on the Nintendo Switch. So today I finished the game. It took me about 15 or 16 hours to do, which is not far off what the time on HLTB is at about 14 and a half hours. And I have to say that while the game was overall very enjoyable, I actually prefer the the one prior to it, which would be the Doom 2016 reboot. And it's simply because they changed the combat in Eternal. So if you remember in 2016, the combat was very well traditional Doom, run and gun and what have you. But in Doom Eternal, it's more akin to crowd control, and not only that, they have a rock, paper, scissors style combat system where certain weapons are effective against certain demons, meaning if you use a shotgun against a demon that isn't that that isn't that it's not effective and it isn't effective against them, you'll have a harder time. And the combat arenas are also much bigger than the ones in 2016. So it's clear the devs wanted you to move around a lot more. But once you get the hang of that, you'll enjoy it. But overall, as I said, the game's very enjoyable. And I know it's on the Nintendo Switch, so resolution is sub HD. I think it's like 640p or something like that, and the frame rate generally hovers around 30. Panic Button did a phenomenal job getting the thing to run on Switch, but they did have to make some quite big compromises to get it running. But yeah, as I said, overall it's very enjoyable. They improved upon 2016 storytelling because there wasn't a lot of story in 2016, but it's quite complex because it goes into like the origins of the Doom Slayer and what's the place called? That was it, Argent Dinner, and the Night Sentinels. But anyway, on to the game in general. The movement, the physics are all very similar to 2016. The weapons are as well, although trying to think now, did they add anything new? Anyway, yeah, I don't think they did. I think if anything, it was one or two new additions. But there's a cool new addition called the Meat Hook, which allows you to latch onto, which fires a tether towards your opponents, pulling you towards them and allowing you to finish them off in a as the usual Doom, the glorious Doom execution style. And all of all of the power ups from 2016 return as well. Although a nice new addition is when you get one, you see the Doomslayer's face on the screen for a few seconds, which I thought was a pretty cool addition. Other new additions are the ability to climb walls, which is so. It's not the best, but what else is there? There's climbing walls. You also have the ability to dash as well, which is used in combination with climbing walls, but it isn't the best. Quite often fell off and lost a bit of health. But yeah, and I'm not so keen on the platforming element because Doom's never been a platformer. It doesn't always work particularly well, but the environments are very stunning. Even on the Switch version, they look very good, phenomenal. I'd say even in sub HD, they look dead good. And and the campaign's quite lengthy as well. As I said, at like sort of 15-16 hours, but it's enjoyable if you like it. All yeah, it's enjoyable if you're into long games. And they don't mess around with the combat. You need to get good, so that is something to bear in mind if you're thinking of getting Eternal. I didn't know about this before getting it, but it's a good job that I enjoyed it because it is fun, but it's not as good as combat in 2016. Now, Doom Eternal is it's based on Doom 2, Hell on Earth. So you'll see you're actually on Earth for the majority of the game, but you do go into Hell um, for for quite a while. And uh, if you want to fully understand the story, you'll need to read the codexes you get in game, because otherwise you won't have an idea what's going on. It's quite complex, to be fair. And an addition that I do like to the game is the Doom Fortress. Unlike in 2016, you actually have a hub where you can go, that you can decorate and you can explore around. It's very good. It's certainly a lot better than what's that ship called in Wolfenstein 2? It's certainly a lot better. It's certainly a lot better design wise than the submarine you have in Wolfenstein 2, but we shan't mention that too much here. Yes, and the game also has cheats you can unlock when you replay missions. I've not tested any of them, but there's some pretty good ones there. I think I unlocked one. I think I unlocked a couple of them. One allows you to have infinite power up usage. So if you get like the Berserker power up, you can use that indefinitely. And I think another one allows you to, if your attack staggers an enemy, they die in one hit. Now, onto the last thing I'll talk about is the bosses. If you thought the bosses in 2016 were tough, boy oh boy, you are in for a rude awakening with Eternal, because they are difficult. And especially the final one. I won't spoil it, but boy oh boy, I was tearing my hair out with that, but I did do it eventually. Whether it was worth it or not is up for debate, but it was still certainly a challenge. And yeah, overall, I like Doom Eternal, but I much prefer 2016 for its simplicity and easy to understand combat. But I hope this review will help you decide on whether to get Doom Eternal. And just a quick last minute addition. Bear in mind the Switch version is digital only, and it's about 40 gigabytes, so clear out some space if you're going to get it on Switch. They were going to do a physical version, but they decided not to last minute. I don't know why, but they just need to get bigger cartridges anyway. I hope you enjoyed this review.